Day 317 of the worldwide Megacrisis Hungerstrike to save the wifey's life and yours and mine, and humanity is in deep trouble. Look at my other videos, look at the pinned ones if you want to see what empowerment and what the movement is about, what the Megacrisis is about. So I have 3 pinned videos now, that's changed. And I mentioned the wifey, so these videos are running out of data before I get to do the wifey bit at the end, but I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter. Personally, burning the midnight oil again. I had one good night of sleep, and then last night I stayed up to 3 in the morning again, pushing hard, you guys. I think I added 160 sort of elite people on LinkedIn. I think 6 more Harvard people, a Stanford guy from Google, like all the power players that are lost in sensuousness. So that kept me up and hopeful that they're listening, because I am putting the Messiah straight in my LinkedIn profile. I'm saying, here's who I am. And I had 2 of the Catholic popes, top AI, one chancellor and top AI academic, one of his top academic guys in science, which is great because it means that when they looked at my profile, they saw that this might be the truth, and it is. And there's a Messiah in you too. So whether you're the maestro as an artist, whether you're a Messiah as a religious individual, a sage as a philosopher, or a secularist in secular science, everybody belongs in God's government, or in secular language, the genuinely wise government. Okay, I spent the last 10 minutes untangling my hair because my toque, and you guys know that I'm with the poor right now. I'm in the poverty trap, but I'm in Canada, so I'm in blessed contingently to be in this world, in this country, because it allows me to keep the peacekeeping nationality and to push us in a direction we need to go to solve the mega crisis we're in. I'm hungry. I'm going on the hunger strike starting tomorrow night or day after, the morning after. So it's going to get real. I have to start organizing the meetings. Okay, so that's my personal update. You guys know the next part of the core is about what is the vision, and we're on the empowerment sentence right now. And if you guys have, of course, people around you realizing that Iran, all of these current events are spiraling downwards, then they're going to start feeling like they need some hope. So the core sentence in one go is One World Spirit Core is about time compression through clarity and ego wisdom. The problem is the mega crisis. The solution is the 2 sacred sentences, and the implementation of that solution is the flow, rules, and flocks. So we went back and unpacked the mega crisis, as you saw. Now we're unpacking the second part of the core, which is the 2 sacred sentences. The first sentence is our anti-cult training, which is about empowerment, genuine empowerment. And we talked about how nomology, or naming things, has stories, and it's important for us to have names that people can identify with and speak openly about the histories behind them. And then yesterday we talked about sacred time on a new justice system that's not separate from your life. It's built in. When you're having meetings, they need to be just. And if they're not, they're fragmented. So we can have the courts and everything else in their special modes, but our daily lives should be just. Okay, so now we're on to the next part, is how do we really empower people with a constitution of empowerment, a document or a running set of principles. It's simple enough for people to understand, but powerful enough to address the erosion of individual rights to, well, what we call flow state, the peak good and service of what society is producing as a whole. And we call it the right to flow. And the empowerment sentence goes like this: One World Spirit meetings follow sacred time, empowering people with the right to flow using universal tools. So we're on the third piece right now. The right to flow is what's the essence of what we should be gaining access to when we're genuinely empowered. It, in some sense, is more fundamental than the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that the United Nations has, or any declaration of charter rights in Canada or anywhere else in the world. And this is because the right to flow is hitting the essence, the deepest meaning of what human beings are on earth for, why we are living in the first place. And that's to have these things called flow states, peak human experiences of timelessness, complete immersion, and intrinsic enjoyment. No more carrot and stick. You go to your job and you don't feel significant or important. You're just a cog in the machine. Well, we're not creating a machine necessarily. We're creating an organism, a living kind of system where you still have a role to play. Okay? AI is displacing all the other roles anyway. But these are meaningful and they're aligned with who you are. You're still going to have challenges. You still have to grow. The point is to grow through dialectic. The point is to grow through labor. Labor is not supposed to just be for money so you can go home and watch TV. Labor is a spiritual self-actualization process. And if you're atheistic, you don't have to think about it spiritually. You can just think about it as developing your limits through work and then reflecting on yourself to improve, to transcend who you were previously. That's why you can make yourself an object, or you can make external objects your object. Either way, you can start reflecting on yourself and externalizing the idea within you. So the right to flow allows you to do that in a way that preserves the meaning. And there's 4 rights in it. And these rights are not normal. They're based on intersections of different fields. We're breaking down the fragmentation and the siloing that's making life painful. When things are fragmented and they're not coherent in a whole, like your body in a way. Your organs, your heart is connected to your kidneys, to your brain, all the blood vessels, everything's connected and flowing. If your kidneys get sick and they don't start working properly, the rest of your body gets sick very, very quickly because your kidneys clean up your blood. So if you have bad blood going to your heart and your brain, you're going to start getting confused. Or same with your heart. If your heart starts malfunctioning, your whole body suffers. That's what essence is. Every piece is essential. If you get rid of a piece, the whole suffers or dies. So that's what we want to build God's government or our society's like. And the right to flow allows us to hit what essentially is important to us, that makes us flow. And it's based on intersections of knowledge like game theory and employment